Hello and welcome to Kuma English Listening Hub. Today's topic is how bike sharing works. You may have seen rows of public bikes near a train station, a park, or a busy street. People unlock a bike, ride for a short time, and then leave it at another place. It looks simple, but many small systems work together to make it possible. In this episode, you will learn the basic idea of bike sharing, how the bikes and stations work, what happens behind the scenes, and why some bike sharing programs succeed while others have problems. This topic is useful because bike sharing is growing in many cities, and it is a common part of modern daily life. Let's start with a simple question. What is bike sharing? Bike sharing is a public service that lets people rent a bicycle for a short time. In most cities, you can use an app, a card, or a code to unlock a bike. Then you ride it to your destination and return it. The goal is to make short trips easier, especially the last mile, which means the final part of a trip between public transport and your real destination. There are two main types of bike sharing systems. The first type is station-based. This means you pick up a bike at a fixed station with a dock. A dock is a place where the bike locks in. When you finish your ride, you return the bike to another station. The second type is dockless. This means the bike does not need a dock. You find a bike on the street, unlock it with an app, and then park it in a legal area when you are done. Station-based systems look more organized, but they are expensive to build. Dockless systems are more flexible, but they can cause street clutter if people park in bad places. Now, how do you actually unlock a bike? In many station-based systems, the station has a screen or a reader. You tap a card, enter a code, or use the app. The system checks your account and payment method. If everything is okay, a lock opens and you can pull the bike out. In dockless systems, each bike has a smart lock, usually on the back wheel. You scan a QR code with the app. The app sends a signal, the lock opens, and the timer starts. The payment system is usually designed for short rides. Many cities charge a small amount for the first 30 minutes and more money after that. This encourages people to use bikes for short trips instead of keeping them all day. Some systems offer monthly or yearly passes, which can be cheaper if you use the bikes often. You may wonder, why do bike sharing systems want short rides? Because bikes need to stay available for many users. If one person uses a bike for 4 hours, that bike cannot help other people during that time. Short rides mean more people can share the same number of bikes. Next, let's talk about the bikes themselves. Bike share bikes are not like expensive sports bikes. They are built to be strong, heavy, and safe. Many have thick tires, a simple gear system, and a basket. They also often have lights and reflectors. Some even have GPS, which helps the company know where the bike is. These bikes are heavy on purpose. A heavier bike is harder to steal and can survive daily use. But the downside is that it can feel slower, especially on hills. So, what happens when something goes wrong? Bikes can get flat tires, broken chains, or damaged brakes. Some people ride roughly, and some bikes suffer from weather like rain or snow. Because of this, bike sharing companies need maintenance teams. In many cities, maintenance workers travel in small vans or cargo bikes. They check bikes, repair them, and move broken bikes to a workshop. Some systems also let users report problems in the app. For example, you can tap a button and say, "This bike has a problem." This is very important because the company cannot check every bike every day. Now let's talk about a big challenge: balance. In a station-based system, some stations become empty and some become too full. Imagine a train station in the morning. Many people arrive and want a bike, so the bike station becomes empty. In the evening, people return, and the station becomes full. To fix this, companies do rebalancing. This means they move bikes from full stations to empty stations. Workers load bikes onto trucks and drive them to other places. Some systems also use rewards. For example, if you return a bike to a station that needs more bikes, you may get a discount or free minutes. Dockless systems have a different balancing problem. Bikes can slowly gather in popular areas and disappear from other neighborhoods. Also, if there are too many bikes in one place, the sidewalk becomes crowded. To manage this, many cities create special parking zones. Some apps require you to take a photo to prove you parked correctly. Bike sharing is not only about bikes, it is also about rules and city planning. Cities need bike lanes so people can ride safely. If there are no safe lanes, fewer people will use bike sharing. Good bike lanes are wide, clearly marked, and separated from cars when possible. Cities also make rules about where bikes can be parked. They may limit how many bikes a company can put on the streets. They may also require the company to share data, like how many rides happen and where people ride. This helps cities improve transport planning. Now, let's look at who uses bike sharing. Many users are commuters. They use a bike to travel from home to a subway station or from a bus stop to the office. Some users are tourists. They want to explore a city in a flexible way. Some people use bike sharing for exercise, but many use it simply because it is faster than walking. Bike sharing can also help people who do not own a bike. Not everyone has space to store a bike at home. Some people worry about theft. Others do not want to pay for repairs. Bike sharing gives them access without full ownership. But bike sharing is not perfect. One problem is safety. New riders may not feel confident in traffic. Another problem is weather. When it rains, fewer people ride. There is also the question of fairness. Sometimes bike stations are mostly in rich areas, not in poorer areas. If bike sharing is a public service, cities often want it to be more equal. Some programs try to solve this with special pricing. For example, they may offer cheaper memberships for students or low-income residents. Some cities also require companies to put bikes in different neighborhoods, not only in tourist areas. Now let's talk about electric bikes, or e-bikes. Many bike-sharing systems now include e-bikes. These bikes have a small motor that helps you pedal. They are useful for hills and longer distances. They also help people who are older or less fit. E-bikes usually cost more to rent. They also need batteries, which adds another system behind the scenes. Companies must charge batteries or swap them. Some workers collect low battery bikes and replace the batteries. In some systems, local workers called chargers take bikes home at night, charge them, and return them in the morning. E-bikes can be very popular, but they also create challenges. Batteries are expensive. If an e-bike is damaged, repairs can cost more. Also, if people ride faster, safety becomes even more important. So, is bike sharing good for the environment? It can be, especially if it replaces car trips. If someone rides a shared bike instead of taking a taxi, that can reduce pollution and traffic. But the full story is more complex. Bikes must be built, maintained, and sometimes moved by trucks. If a dockless system has too many bikes and many break quickly, it can create waste. That is why good management matters. Successful systems focus on quality, not only quantity. They buy durable bikes, repair them quickly, and work with the city to create clear parking and safe streets. They also listen to users and improve the app and the service. Let's imagine a real-life example. You finish work at 6 p.m. The bus is crowded and walking home takes 30 minutes. You open a bike-sharing app. It shows a station 2 minutes away. You walk there, unlock a bike, and ride for 10 minutes. You return the bike near your home. The app ends your ride and you pay a small fee. From your point of view, it was easy. But behind the scenes, many things work together. The app, GPS, payment, locks, bike lanes, rules, and maintenance teams. Before we finish, here are a few tips for using bike sharing safely. First, check the bike quickly. Look at the tires and brakes. Second, follow local traffic rules. Third, ride carefully near pedestrians. Fourth, park in the correct place so you do not block the sidewalk. Let's review what we learned today. We learned the two main types of bike sharing: station-based and dockless. We learned how unlocking and payment usually work. We talked about maintenance, rebalancing, and parking rules. We also looked at e-bikes and environmental questions. Thank you for listening to Kuma English Listening Hub. If you want, listen again and try to notice useful words like dock, station, unlock, rebalancing, maintenance, and bike lane. See you in the next episode.